What's going on, my YouTube friends? How's everybody today on this happy Wednesday? I'm telling you, gorgeous day. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot today. The sun is shining. It's a good day. Today is a good day. Albeit I'm going to work. That's fine. It's still a good day. At least I have the opportunity to go to work, and at least I am still alive. Whoa, how can you just say that? How can you say that, John? Oh, you're just so happy to be alive and happy to go to work. This life sucks, man. Yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate things that happen in life. Yes. But don't give me that this life sucks crap, all right? Because 99% of the people who have said this life sucks, well, they've probably just moaned and groaned about everything in their life. But then that's not to dismiss the subject of today, and which I'm glad somebody that I'm consider a friend had talked about it today too, and I'll just give my opinion on it, and that is the whole, self-harm and unaliving yourself type of thing. Okay, that's like a serious subject, right? A lot of people, they joke and they say, well, screw this, I'm just gonna kill myself. Life ain't working out the way I wanted it to. And a lot of times that happens a lot of times to younger people. But coincidentally enough, it happened to me much later in my life, when I really was always having those thoughts a lot of times. It's hard to explain, but sometimes in your life you can get in like a state of mind where you just see no good. Everything around you is just garbage and evil. Everything you touch just crumbles into dust. There's nothing of value in this life that's for you. It's all given to everyone else. You are meant to have a miserable existence. Okay? You can kind of get stuck in that frame of mind. And I don't know what kind of shook me out of that. I mean, I still have those thoughts from time to time, but nothing like too drastic as in the past. I mean, honestly, there was like a period between 2 to 3 years ago where that would have been it. I had just reached my absolute pinnacle climax of, I can't take no more of this garbage, so to speak, with everything in my life. And something had pulled me back in. It just had pulled me back in, and it just said not to give the world its satisfaction on me removing myself. If you are that person and you are having like these doubts on why you should even bother go on, at the very least you can do is to spite those doubts, and in spite of everybody who doesn't outwardly think of you as a failure, but knows that you have zero, but is convinced that you have zero potential, in spite of them, just to prove them wrong, at the very least, you should keep on pushing. That's what keeps me going every day. Yes, I have kids. I have responsibilities. Yes, I have a good family. But that's not everything in life. That's just superficial. What's really going on is up here. And what's floating around in your mind day in, day out. What kind of thoughts you're having. It's easy to kind of get to that dark place. And then sometimes, unfortunately, you can get stuck in that dark place for a prolonged period of time. And it's hard to get out of there. It is hard. So many things happen in my life, and it's almost as if the universe just wants to pull me back in and say, come back, come back. But I refuse. I don't know if it's the old curmudgeon in me now. I just don't care. I have my passions. I have things that I want to pursue. This sounds selfish, but you have to think about your own mental health first. I mentioned this on the last car conversation I had about, learning to say no, and it's not selfish to say no because sometimes you're just putting your mental well-being first. I mean, that's like priority number one in my life right now. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that I'm not going to go back to that dark place that I once was. Now, that's not to say I can't feel down now and then, or get a little bummed out, or, slightly depressed during this time and that time. But I never want to go back to the abyss that I was in. The dark chasm of absolute negative territory where nothing you do matters. At times you just feel like you are just like cursed. You have like this powerful hex upon you. You might, but only because your own mind is letting you do that. There comes a time when you just have to give that hex the middle finger and keep on pushing. I'm just telling the universe right now, you're going to have to do a lot better than that to get me out of the game. You will have days in the future where life can be worth living again. I could have 180 bad days in a row, but then I have one fantastic day, and it's worth all those 180 bad days. I'm telling you, don't do it. Get out of that state of mind. There will come a time when your opportunities will arise and you can take them by the throat and claim them for your own, as opposed to being dismissive of the opportunities that the universe gives you. That's all I got. I'll talk to everybody on the next ride.